So I'm going to go with my second design. But that means I have to actually first, before I can do any of the tapestry crochet, I have to make the square from week 1. Hey everybody, it's Liz from Them There Things, and welcome to week 2 of our 100 Nights of Fiber Frights series. Now this one's starting out a little bit differently. Now, if we were to continue, I would be starting my tapestry crochet for the second square of the blanket. But my brain last night decided to give me a completely different idea for the blanket, and then I pretty much stewed on that all of last night and into this morning and wondered if I would rather have that design than the design I'm working on. Because the design I'm working on right now, it would have the VHS tapes and everything like hers does. This other design would not. Like, it would still have the same format of, like, you know, 6 different things in squares and then the zigzag stitches and everything like that, but it would not have the VHS tapes or ghosts or anything like that. So I was kind of like going back and forth of which design I liked better. To the point where I actually like drew up the other design and then was asking my mom which she, thought looked cooler, or, which one did she like better or anything. And pretty much she was like, I like both designs. It's pretty much your blanket. It's gonna be on your bed. Whichever one you feel like is more you. Because I'm only gonna be making one blanket because I have nowhere to store that big of a blanket, that heavy of a blanket, if it's not in use. So this is going to be on my bed, like, all the time. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted. So I decided that the other design, the design that I stewed over last night and then figured out this morning, was more of me. It was more of like my liking. Pretty much I had all the yarn still, like it's still almost the same color scheme as the others. I just am pretty much adding purple in with it, which pretty much I just had to go get another, thing of the mainstay purple. But other than that, I have all the yarn still. So I'm going to go with my second design. But that means I have to actually first, before I can do any of the tapestry crochet, I have to make the square from week 1. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, is actually making the square like the red square that I did before, but for this design. So I decided to make my life a little harder, I guess, and put myself a week behind. But I'm hoping, because it's just, like one color, it won't take me that long, and then I can move on to the tapestry crochet, because this blanket still is going to have tapestry crochet. It's just going to be different pictures. So, but that being said, now we get to go on to that that new design. I get to, mark it down and everything in my folder and do the one square. I'll probably, once I get that finished, I'll probably then spend the rest of the time figuring out the pixel arts for the tapestry crochets, because I found some that I liked, but they aren't the correct size, so I have to get them to the correct size for the other squares. But yeah, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to change into some more comfortable clothes because we just got back from running around. That was another thing. I was like, I don't know if I'll do that design, like, if I see a sign, like of which design to go with, and I'll lean more towards that. And we went to a thrift store and there was a bunch of fabric in the color that I needed for a cosplay that's pretty much like themed the same as this blanket, and so I'm like, okay, I'll take that as a sign. So I'm gonna go change into more comfortable, like, around the house clothes and get started.
In the normal case, Once the victim is known, the police will talk to neighbors and relatives about the victim's lifestyle, who her friends were, and her enemies.
This year for Back to School, Shoe Station and Shoe Carnival are stamping all your favorite brands with our lowest price guarantee. Find a lower price and we'll match.
So 24 rows so far. You can start seeing the ombre and everything, but I'm going to actually go get some dinner because I'm starting to get hungry. So okay, so I just finished up the square, so now you can really see the gradient. Not quite sure which way I'll put it on the blanket, but so it is 10:20 right now. Trying to decide whether or not I want to start the tapestry crochet or if I want to wait until tomorrow night. But at least I got done with the square. Like that's one thing done at least. Also, I have somebody like just using my lap as a pillow. So, but yeah, not sure if I will do the tapestry crochet tonight or wait until tomorrow.
An urban explorer visited an abandoned hospital all on his own. The hospital is said to be haunted by the spirit.
Okay, I take a little break. Does anybody else, whenever they do tapestry crochet, kind of get like a little bit dizzy after a while if you've been working on it for like hours and hours? Maybe it's just me because I get motion sickness a lot or something. Maybe it's from looking down so much because I have horrible posture. But yeah, I had to take a little break, walk away from it for a little bit. But that's what I have so far. You can kind of start seeing what it is, I think, at this point. But I'm still not going to reveal the pixel art just yet, the picture anyways. I'm going to keep working and hopefully it will reveal more of itself. And if you couldn't guess from this, hopefully the next little update you will be able to tell what exactly this is. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop on the tapestry crochet tonight because my neck is starting to get to me from looking down because I have horrible posture whenever I do tapestry crochets and just the concentration and everything like that. I'm starting to get a headache. So it's almost 7 o'clock. I'm going to go get some dinner and then I will probably just work on something else easy that I can like kind of lounge and do, or I will just watch YouTube videos or something. One of the two. But I'm gonna be stopping the tapestry crochet for tonight. But final update of this, because like I said, I don't think I'm gonna be working on this anymore. But you will definitely be able to tell who or what this is and what the theme of the blanket is going to be now. So I feel like, you know, if you are a Pokemon fan, you will be able to tell who this is just by this little bit. But yeah, so this is going to be the theme for this blanket now. So I have this and I have the purple one, the purple piece that I made last night. So yeah, but this is where I'm stopping because it's almost halfway and my neck just cannot do any more tonight. So I will update you on anything else I do tonight, if I do anything else tonight. So, as you saw, we had to run some errands, and currently I'm chilling in my parents' bedroom with my mom. We're watching spooky stuff because my stepdad is out in the living room watching wrestling on that TV, so that TV is the only one that gets all the different streaming stuff, so we're back here watching YouTube, and yeah, I'm gonna get to work on some more of this stuff. this is probably going to be the last update that I do for the night because it is a little after 11 right now and I'm getting very tired. But I have this much done. It's the back. Many ends to weave in once I get this done. So I've got this much done, and I only have about this much of the pattern left, so that is about 24 rows. I have 24 rows left to do, yeah, until this is done, and then this will be the week 2, and then I have to weave in all the ends. But yeah, so it's coming along. It's coming along pretty nicely. There are a few places, like with the pupils, I think I'm gonna have to go back with just some of the yarn and try to fix because they got a little messed up somehow. But that is going to be a task for tomorrow. I don't know if I'll actually be able to finish this up tomorrow or if it'll take me a couple more days, but yeah. So I'm going to start getting ready for bed because I am very tired. And I will update you guys and start doing more stuff tomorrow.
And dangerous, it is also deeply connected to its history, often guarding the secrets of the past with great.
We ate food, and then there was also a snow cone place, and then
Now
there was
every
a little
jellyfish
booth
looks
that
like
was
relish
soda.
and everything.
So
Yeah.
it is honey soda.
Okay, so it is finally finished. I finally finished the tapestry. I'm going to have to steam it so that it lays correctly, and then go through and weave in all the ends because there are a lot of ends. But the first tapestry for the first black panel is done. And after I steam it and everything, I will show you guys why I chose this purple instead of like a darker purple or a purple that people would probably consider a more accurate purple. Okay, so this is why I chose this yarn, because it's black light reactive. So when I have the black light on it, he glows really bright, which I think is a cool addition for a ghost type Pokemon. I have noticed I probably am going to have to add some more black or something to the edges. Hang on a second. Because even after steaming it and trying to stretch it and everything like that, it fit. You know, it's the same length this way, but because of the tapestry crochet, it's a little bit shorter. So I might end up having to add about 4 rows on either side. I don't know if I'll do just black. Maybe I'll do black and some of this. I'm not quite sure yet. But I do believe I need to add just a little bit, just so it's the same size as this square. Okay, so it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I really need to stop drinking coffee so late because it keeps me up, and I need to start going to bed earlier so I can get up earlier. But alas, that is not tonight, it seems. So, what I got done today was I was able to finish up the ghastly panel, and I was able to weave in all the ends. It was like 32 ends, but able to get all those woven in. I did hit it with a steamer and try to like stretch it a little bit because it was a lot smaller than I expected it to be, and I needed it to match the same size as this panel since they will be, you know, like crocheted together. So I needed them to be the same size, and now they are the same size, you know, which is good. But that does mean that you can kind of like see through this a little bit more, but that's fine. I had to add 5 rows on the sides because it was too narrow. The way I do tapestry crochet, it kind of like bunched it up, so even after hitting it with steam and pulling it and everything like that, it still was not wide enough. So you can see that it's the sides and everything are different directions, like these go this way and then the rest goes this way, but it's not, you know, I really don't care. I'll be doing the other tapestry panels the same way, so they'll probably have the same thing on the sides as well, so it really doesn't matter. But I got that done, so now I have the week 2 panel done. I'm not quite sure what I'll do tomorrow. I did purchase a cross stitch pattern that has like all of the well, not all of, but a lot of the ghost type Pokemon on it. I've never cross stitched before. I have done embroidery before, but I've never cross stitched, so I'm gonna try my hand at that. So I might try that, start that tomorrow. Who knows? I have other crochet projects that I could do too, so we'll see what I feel like doing tomorrow. But right now, I feel like getting some sleep, so that's what I'm going to do. So it is technically Sunday. I was working on a different project yesterday and this morning, and I will probably be working on it tomorrow. I'm not quite sure if I will actually start next week's video tomorrow or what. I'm just feeling a little bit off, so but I did get done. We will recap what all I got done. Got done with week 2's panel. I still need to, I think, do something with the eyes. Just take, you know, a little bit of yarn and just using a needle, just kind of go over the pupils a little bit, because it got a little messed up. You can't really see them as well. So I'll probably end up just doing that right fast. I got that done Friday, and then yesterday and this morning I've been trying my hand at cross stitch. So this is, I've done embroidery before, but I've never done cross stitch, so I decided to give it a try. As we see with the blanket, I love ghost type Pokemon, so I purchased it's so early, I like cannot talk yet. Purchased this pattern on Etsy. I'll leave a link to it below. So it's got a bunch of the ghost type Pokemon. So I have been trying my hand at cross stitch. As you can see, I am not used to it because I didn't really like figure it out well, because it's right at the edge on the bottom, but it is what it is. So I have all the outlines done for all the Pokemon. The back is a bit of a mess, but from what I've learned, that's just kind of cross stitch. So, but that's what I did yesterday, and just finished up the little eyes and everything on the Phantom today. So, I only got the colors right now for Gengar, so I'll go through and actually finish him, but that's pretty much all I have done this week. The tapestry crochet took a little bit longer than expected, and my energy level has just been going steadily downhill all throughout the week, but yeah. So now we are ready for next week's panel. I think it's just going to be another one of like the purple panels, but I need to look through my folder and see. But yeah. So, if you guys enjoyed this video and would like to see more of these videos, then please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. Ring that bell for notifications, and I will see you guys in the next part of this series. Bye!